Hey, welcome to another episode of the Daily Yeti podcast, where we're going to bring you another science fiction story since we're this close to Halloween. And of course, you know us over here at Yeti Bars, we like to keep everything soap themed, nice and clean. You know what they say, cleanliness is next to godliness, especially when you're fighting demons. So with that being said, actually I want to take a moment today to say that we're really happy to have Mr. Producer back in the studio. We're happy to have him back in town. He came in from out of town. He had some family medical issues, and we're believing in miracles, and we're believing and we're just believing straight up. We're believing in miracles. But Mr. Producer is here today. He wanted to bless us in this studio with his presence in this story, and he's already looked over it. And you know Mr. Producer, he gets on me about the things that are right. You need to change this. You need to change that. You need to stop cussing so much. It makes you sound ghetto. And he was right. That's why he's Mr. Producer and I'm not. But again, I am your host, Yeti Ty. Before we get started, we just wanted to say that we apologize for not dropping any episodes last week. For me personally, we had a little bit of a medical issue we also had to take care of on my side of things for my wife. Good news, she's on the mend now. She's doing a lot better. It actually was really bad real quick. She got blood poisoning through a botched surgery, but she's good now. Barely, but so if the doctor by any chance is listening to this over in Flagstaff, Arizona, I want you to know I am so thankful to you, to your dedication, to your craft, and to you loving your job and just wanting to help patients. We couldn't find a doctor to do this emergency surgery because they said, ironically, it didn't pay enough. But this doctor took basically a dock and pay because she really wanted to help my wife live. So I can't thank you enough, doctor over there. So with that being said though, and we got all the due diligence out of the way, we want to get to the story. So again, Halloween's right around the corner, so we wanted to do soap-themed fictional stories. You know, we try to keep it PG-13, half grown up, a little bit of, Goosebumps meets, some scary stuff. So now let us dive deep into a world of vampires and bubbly.
Blood moon over Ravensbrook, the soap savers battle against the vampires. Deep within the rolling hills and misty forests of the tranquil town of Ravensbrook, a sinister presence stirred in the shadows. Unbeknownst to its unsuspecting residents, a malevolent coven of vampires had infiltrated their lives, spreading fear and chaos with each passing night. The terror began when the townsfolk noticed a series of mysterious deaths and unexplained disappearances. Cattle and livestock were found exsanguinated, their blood drained with a precision that defied explanation. Suspicion and fear spread like wildfire, as tales of pale, red-eyed figures with elongated fangs and an insatiable thirst for blood whispered through the community. In this unsuspecting town, a band of unlikely heroes emerged, a gang of kids known as the Lathered Guardians. At its helm was Rachel, a determined and quick-witted teenager with an affinity for chemistry. Her gang comprised 5 other members, each possessing unique skills and knowledge in science. Together, they shared an insatiable curiosity for the unknown and an unwavering loyalty to their town. Rachel and her friends decided it was their duty to protect Ravensbrook. Armed with their knowledge of science and a secret weapon, a unique concoction of homemade vampire repellent, a blend of garlic, holy water, and a special soap compound meticulously fused by Yeti Bars, they embarked on a perilous mission to confront the enigmatic forces that were terrorizing their town. One moonless night, the Lathered Guardians ventured into the heart of Ravensbrook's ancient forest. Guided by cryptic symbols they had uncovered in an old, dusty tome, they followed the subtle traces of red eyes that seemed to flicker amidst the darkness. As they ventured deeper into the forest, they discovered an ominous cave entrance, shrouded in an eerie silence. With hearts racing, they entered the cave, which led them into a chilling underworld inhabited by the undead. The cave was a haunting sight, filled with ornate coffins, cryptic symbols, and a crimson luminescence that seemed to pulse through the very walls. The vampires, led by their enigmatic leader, Count Vladimir, emerged from the shadows, their ghostly faces twisted into sly grins. Count Vladimir, with his aristocratic charm, revealed their grand plan to enslave Ravensbrook, transforming it into a sanctuary for vampires. The blood in their veins ran cold as the Lathered Guardians realized the imminent threat their town faced. Undaunted, Rachel and her gang brandished their homemade vampire repellent. When released into the air, the concoction created a shimmering, protective barrier of iridescent soap bubbles that repelled the vampires' advances. The garlic and holy water fortified their defenses, forcing the undead creatures to recoil. Determined, the lathered guardians pursued the vampires through the intricate cave system, sealing exits with their protective bubble wall. Rachel devised a brilliant scheme to trap the vampires in a chamber filled with their repellent, ensuring the safety of their town. After a harrowing pursuit, they cornered Count Vladimir in the deepest chamber. Rachel, vial in hand, recited an ancient incantation, invoking the power of light, blood, soap, night, and suds. "We now invoke a curse on you, bud. You are dead and smell really bad. We cast the spell to protect what we have." The repellent enveloped Count Vladimir, causing him to shriek in anguish as it seared his vampiric flesh. Witnessing their leader's demise, the remaining vampires fled, defeated and powerless. Ravensbrook was saved from the looming threat, and peace was restored to the town. The lathered guardians emerged from the cave, victorious and coated in the ashy remnants of the vampires. They had successfully defended their town, proving that science, bravery, and unity could triumph over the supernatural. Ravensbrook celebrated the gang's heroism, and their tale of valor became a cherished part of the town's folklore. The children of the town were hailed as protectors, a testament to the indomitable spirit of youth. In the end, they reminded Ravensbrook that even in the darkest hours, knowledge and determination, along with a touch of soap, could dispel the shadows and safeguard their beloved home. The town of Ravensbrook would forever be grateful to its brave lathered guardians, whose ingenuity and courage had saved them from the encroaching darkness.